just want to say something very quickly. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I feel very prompted to drop this revelation, and it's again tied to the precious blood of the Lamb. The Bible says they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. The only way that we will escape, the only way that we'll escape is by the blood of the Lamb. Your enemy is the enemy of mankind. And his accusation against mankind is legitimate. Now, here's the summary of it all. There was a rebellion. There was a rebellion in heaven. And Lucifer was cast down. 1/3 of the angels were also cut off. They were also cast out of heaven because of rebellion. He thought that he could be like the Most High. He thought that he could take the place of the Most High. That's equal to treason. So he was cast out. Now, the Almighty makes mankind from the dust of the earth, breathes into mankind his breath, so that we bear his image and his likeness. Now, this has resulted in bitterness. The fallen ones are bitter because man sinned. Okay? Man also rebelled the same way that the fallen ones, the angels that were cast out of heaven, the same way that they rebelled is the same rebellion that man was charged with, that man is guilty of. Now the accusation is this: why don't you do to them what you did to us? Do to them what you did to us. So the bitterness arises from the fact that man has been acquitted, but the angels have been rejected and condemned. But now, the Bible says, when the Spirit, whom the Lord will send, comes, he will reprove the world of 3 things: of sin, because we have not believed in him; of righteousness, because he has gone to be with the Father; and of judgment, because it is the prince of this world that now stands condemned. The prince of this world stands condemned because of his rebellion. He is the originator of rebellion. So the enemy has been held accountable for this rebellion. He is the one the Almighty has judged. And he says, I will acquit you because you were deceived. You were deceived. We, mankind, was deceived by the fallen ones, deceived by the rebellious ones, deceived by the angels that were cast out of heaven. So the Almighty does not want to hold this against man. He has decided to be merciful. You cannot ask him. You cannot question him. It's about his mercy towards mankind. It's about his compassion towards mankind. Are we going to question his compassion? No, because it's not about us. So we should not come to him with our righteousness. The Bible says our righteousness is as filthy rags before him. Our righteousness is as filthy rags. Filthy rags. We cannot bring it. It does not stand any chance around a holy, supreme being. He has chosen to be merciful. So the message is this. The enemy is bitter because man has been acquitted. Well, man has been acquitted if he chooses to believe. It's a choice. And so we will be held accountable for this sin if we have chosen not to take the way, if we have chosen not to accept his plan of salvation for us. The Almighty does not want to hold us accountable for this because he knows that Adam was deceived. And the Bible says through one man sin entered the world. So the Almighty does not want to hold mankind accountable for the sin. But here is a catch. We have to accept his plan of salvation. So the only way that we will be held guilty for the sin is if we have rejected his plan of salvation. If we have rejected his way out. He's just. And he will punish sin, period. But if he sees that you were deceived, then he moves to make a way out. So he moved to make a way out for man because he saw that man was deceived. Guys, we have an enemy. He's real. And he is bitter. The fallen ones are bitter. The saddest part is that some people, some entities in this world have decided to turn to the fallen ones for assistance. They have chosen to turn to the fallen ones for help. Why are you turning to your enemy for help? Your enemy does not like you. So why are you going to the enemy for help? And I speak in parables. Right now, I speak in parables. Some entities have sought help from a fallen race. That's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It will lead to the destruction of many. Some officials have chosen to turn to the fallen ones, to the race of fallen beings for assistance, for help. You have cut a deal with a race of fallen beings. The enemy does not give anything for free. They are fallen beings and they are bitter that the Almighty judged them and acquitted us. But the Almighty is just and his ways are perfect. The only way out is by the blood of a lamb, the blood of the one who was fully submitted to the Most High. The fallen ones are not fully submitted. Mankind is not fully submitted. But if we accept the blood of the Lamb, then we will be acquitted. The blood of the Lamb is the only way out, because the Lamb is the only one who is fully submitted to the Almighty. And that is why we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony, what we declare with our mouths concerning his plan of salvation for us. Stay blessed.